AI is not going to replace clinicians, but clinicians who use AI are going to replace clinicians who don't use AI.
Dr. Mamdani, you work at Unity Health. You work with AI all the time. What might surprise us about what AI has done in your workforce?
Yeah, I think the implications of AI can be quite profound. In our emergency department, it has reduced human effort on simple tasks by over 80%. So tasks that normally take 2 to 4 hours every day by a few people, it's reduced to under 15 minutes. Error rates have went from over 20% to under 5%. What this algorithm does is it looks at historical data, all sorts of patterns. It scrapes the web for weather data to see if there's going to be a snowstorm tomorrow night. It looks for events like marathons on Lakeshore Boulevard on Sunday. With all of that, we can tell you Saturday from noon to 6, there'll be 80 patients waiting in the emergency department. 10 of them will have mental health issues. 12 of them will be hard to treat. The rest will be easier with between 94 to 96% accuracy. That helps us plan better. That helps us staff better. It helps us take care of our patients better. We have algorithms that are running, monitoring patients as we speak every hour on the hour. That has resulted in significant reductions in mortality.
These sound like very important things that people used to do. So has anyone lost their job?
There will be some mundane things where we won't need a person to do it. Those are going to be jobs that people
I hear
may
mundane,
not.
and I think that's someone's whole job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, in some cases, I think we have to adapt to what's happening. Fewer patients are dying, and it's because our clinicians are able to pay more attention to the patients who need it. Our goal is for AI to enable us to provide more human-based care.
When was the first moment that you thought AI might be coming for me as an illustrator?
When people started making entire children's books over a weekend, using ChatGPT to write it and imaging AI to make illustrations for it.
What are you afraid of in this moment?
I'd like to still have a job next year, basically. I see AI as being a really good tool that could be used art-wise. The only problem that we're having is because of greedy CEOs. You know, a money will make millions and millions of dollars, but they want to make more money, so they'll cut the artist completely. That's the problem. It should be used as a tool, but unfortunately in the art industry, it's being used as a replacement, completely.
Have you been replaced?
I don't know.
Yeah, ask me when it's time for my
I
next
could get
contract
contracts, but
negotiation.
then I didn't get as many contracts last year. Is it because Buddy
work is
decided to do it himself with the AI? I don't know.
Jeff McPherson, everybody here, you go into businesses and help them understand how to work with AI.
Correct.
What is happening when you walk into a business? Like, how are you perceived and what are you doing?
We're not there to be like, hey, we're gonna replace the whole thing. But there's an opportunity if people can't keep up with the systems that we build in each department that you may not be there. So somebody can be a writer, we can take 100 of their past blogs or emails that they've written, put it into the AI, and it will spit out new blogs as well as change language as well. That's just on the email marketing side. Same thing with customer service, same thing with sales, call centers and stuff like that. Do I have empathy to the fact that it can take people's jobs? Yes.
Have you been in a position where you say, you know, we're not going to do that because there are human beings here?
Many times. There are areas where I believe we can actually reduce staffing, for example, through efficiencies that we can gain from AI solutions, using things like natural language processing to scour through notes and actually collect the information we need efficiently, where we could cut staff probably by about 20 to 30% would be my estimation. But is that the right thing to do? I don't think it is.
How long is the ethical decision going to be the one that wins the day?
This is why I think it's important for society to drive AI and not the other way around.
Is society driving AI? I mean, do you think the ethical decision will be the...
In the business world that we're in, it comes down to the bottom line. And businesses, as they grow, that number needs to get larger while things start getting cut. And they're going to implement AI just because it's cheaper, faster, and it's scalable.
Okay, so we need more faith in humanity here.
Yes, and that's going to be the tough thing.
Good luck.
Okay, Armin Yalnizyan is an economist with a specialty in the future of workers. You know, we're talking about a writer and an illustrator here. These aren't the only industries that need to be asking this question, right?
100%. It is terrifying to see the possibility of a creative force taking over human creativity I get it. But it is happening everywhere in every industry, as Jeff mentioned. It's happening to coders. It's happening to translators. It's happening to engineers. It's happening to people working in law. This version of technology, as you've said a couple of times, Martin, is evolving very rapidly and in a way that is human-esque in its ability to almost think. We're not there yet, but we might be moving there faster than anybody has anticipated. In fact, never before in history have we been less sure of our predictions of what is about to happen, which means we should be much more cautious about how we are approaching it, but that makes it harder to regulate because it is usually regulation happens after something terrible has happened. And now we can't even predict what the terrible thing that could happen. Have you had your great ethical technology lay off anybody?
Yeah, I mean, us personally, no, but we've gone into businesses where, yes, customer service, they're no longer there. Writers, they're no longer there. Salespeople, no longer there.
So your technology that you have been asked to bring into a company has, in fact, led to higher unemployment in those companies?
Correct.
Okay. I just want to be clear that that is one purpose of this technology is to be labor replacing.
Correct.
It is also, to the good doctor's point, labor enhancing. I have been through, in my personal life as an economist, 3 waves of the robots are going to eat all of the jobs. And at the end of every wave of debate and existential hand-wringing, we have had more jobs. But this rodeo is different.